welcome back, my friends. We are here with match number 2 of our doubleheader here in the console Overwatch multi-tier tournament. My name is Bull Skunk alongside Chef Billy, and for match number 2, we're headed to tier 4. Apollo taking on Astral Bananas to see if they can fight their way into the postseason. One win. It doesn't matter if it's a 3-2. They've already got a map score lead over Team Kaizen, who is directly above them. So all they need is a W in any shape or form, and they've got that 7th slot. Billy, what do you expect we'll see from these teams as we head into Lijiang Tower? Apollo have looked super strong so far in the year.
They have. We've actually cast them. I think this is the 3rd time that we've actually picked them up this season. And I'm looking for a knockdown, drag-out fight. I mean, Astral Bananas fighting for their playoff lives here. A W gets it done. And I think it keeps out, well, no, who would it keep out? Who will they kick out of that position if they...
Apollo would kick Team Kaizen out. Right now, Team Kaizen sits in the 7th seed here as we take a look at our playoff picture. Sitting at 6-3 currently, as they lost their match yesterday to Crazy 88s. Well, Apollo, 5-3 right now, but they are ahead in the map score already. So even just a 3-2 win here will put Apollo into that 7th seed. Astral Bananas at 7-1, though. This is not going to be an easy team for Apollo to take down.
No, I mean, we've heard lots of good things about Astral Bananas all season. We actually, we've heard from all the other teams saying that this is one of the better squads in Tier 4. So I'm looking forward to seeing them in the playoffs. And we're going to get our first look at them here tonight.
And I think that might be one thing in Apollo's favor, as Apollo has everything to fight for. Their entire season on the line right here for this match. Astral Bananas, they've already clinched it. They don't really have much to play for here. They're not fighting for a top seed. They're not going to get a bye. At best, they're fighting for a little bit better seeding when it comes to the matchups. But they might be sitting in 4th gear here. They could be in cruise control, although I expect them to put up a fight.
Yep, I do too. You know, and I'm ready to get into it. I want to see what the two teams are going to come out as far as what kind of a stance are they going to take. I'm expecting Apollo to be super aggressive, super taking the point to Astral Bananas. So we're going to go ahead and get into our first map here, which is Lijiang Tower. We've seen a steady diet of double shields here all week long, and you know, the occasional Diva, the occasional Zarya comes out, but man, Ryan Sigma's been really strong. Orisa Sigma's been really strong. Orisa Ryan has been really strong. A couple of maps we've seen, you know, a Sigma Winston come out. So it can work. We've seen it work. And so I'm really excited to see what they come out of the gate with. As we go to China, we're going to start on a night market, Bull Skunk.
Yes, sir. Once again, this seems to be just kind of the staple starting map these days. We are going to get Python and Luck of the Lag starting us off with a little bit of Reinhardt Zarya here for Apollo. May McCree here in the DPS role as both Liberties. Liberty Player and Liberty Shadow, both of the DPS there for Apollo. Glorton maybe is on the Mercy and Moira respectively. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of Pharmacy on the side of Astral Bananas as they come out of the gate. Soccer in that DPS role is going to loop around while H-Bomb on the Symmetra is going to put his team right in the window here. Try to give Bananas first positioning here to start things off.
Yep, nice little rotation there. They've got the microwave set up on that middle pillar right there. So it's going to be a bit of a tough take to get an engage here.
Soccer already putting a lot of damage in over the top, making life difficult here for Apollo to push in, but Liberty Shadow, he picks the Mercy out of the sky. That's a good start. Follows it up with the kill onto Soccer as well. Pharmacy dealt with single-handedly here by the McCree player. And Liberty with a Moira Afara of his own, able to find some kills, and it's actually Apollo starting things off as far as control percentage, despite the fact that Bananas had the advantageous position.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is great first progress for them. And, I mean, this is going to be a direct knockdown, drag-out fight, I believe.
I would expect nothing less from these two teams. We know Apollo's going to fight tooth and nail. They have looked super strong here today, like I was saying, or at least this season, rather. Liberty already 62% towards a barrage. There's a little bit of a dogfight going on the outside of the market here. Teleporter coming out, trying to get Bananas into position. But maybe this is going to drop himself A Coalescence, that's going to at least stall out the opposition, but a big shatter comes through from Snipes. They're going to push in, find 2 kills, make that 4 kills on the back of that. Astral Bananas storming into this objective and taking it right back over.
Man, that was a freaking huge shatter from Toxic Snipes. Just gets the corner there, gets around the edge of Python's shield, and it was all she wrote from there. Pure aggression coming from the Bananas there. Only investing the one ultimate there, so Soccer swapping off to the McCree now. That's going to be an interesting change from what we were seeing before.
Yeah, decided to just forego the battle in the skies. Liberty player Barrage online. Python has himself an Earth Shatter as well as they approach the front door. Just poking and prodding here a little bit. So far, I think they're a little bit hesitant to push in against these sim turrets. Liberty player is going to find first blood, take his hard counter out of the sky. Liberty Shadows throwing the Deadeye into the mix. Doesn't find much, but look at the lag, able to get the kill. Fire Strike comes through the Ant Matrix and finds one, but I don't think it's going to be enough to hold Apollo off, and they're going to flip this thing over after a bit of cleanup.
Yep, just got to get the moth out of the sky, and that is going to be all she wrote. Liberty player coming through with a 3-man kill there. Partial assistance from Glort on the Mercy. And that's a quick retake. I mean, you know, Astral Bananas held it a little bit longer than they did, but I mean, progress going back in to Apollo's way.
Yeah, and now Bananas with no ult online. H-Bomb swapping yet again goes back to the far here as they look to retake the point and manages to get the kill in the dogfight. 1-man advantage for Bananas as they try to push back in. Coalescence coming out yet again, and Liberty player even in the odds. We'll see if the Graviton Surge is enough to allow Bananas the push. Liberty Shadow gets rezzed, and player finds a pair of kills. Barrage online and ready to go yet again. Liberty Shadow finding 2 more kills on the back of it. This DPS duo, man, they're just causing so many problems here for the Bananas.
Yeah, it's from the ground. I mean, there is nothing that that Bananas right now have been able to sign away their lives for. Because it's just going all one way right now. 95% and counting. That's a big Graviton Surge coming on the point, but you've got a ball in the form of Jiggly on the point, capturing the point single-handedly. Going to start the overtime Wicca burning for sure. Now it's just depending on what kind of rotations will Bananas be able to bring out and contest this point.
Apollo smartly just holding the door while a couple members fall back to deal with the Hammond. And that's going to secure them Night Market here, and a great start for Apollo.
That is a great start from them, and you know, looking at the DPS comps, they did pull the Symmetra in the beginning. They stayed with the McCree and the Farah, and I mean that was the ticket to them winning the DPS duo. Both Liberties showing up and showing out, and yeah, great first point there for Apollo. Now coming into the Gardens, I mean, once again, Farah, not a bad choice here. Pharmacies can really get a lot of work done here. But now it's going to be the tank lineup. That's what I'm going to see. That's what I want to see is how are they going to aggress onto the point? How are they going to make their presence known here in the Garden?
Astral Bananas coming out with the Arisa Reinhardt here on point B. Lucio Moira smartly used to keep the team topped off and standing with the May and McCree to put the hurt down. Pharmacy back here on the side of Apollo as they come in with the Rhine Zarya. Try to get that brawly composition in place, but they're going to have to leave room for that DPS to work with no up-close and personal DPS. They're going to be relying on the far point and damage from the window, the McCree finding picks from afar. Bubbles used, but Python's shield is almost broke, and Soccer is going to pick the far out of the sky. Early advantage here for Bananas, but they're going to equalize out on the side of Apollo, finding a kill onto the other side. Toxic and Soccer coming up with a pair of kills each, but the far is back in the sky. We've already seen how much impact Liberty can have here on the far, but not this time. The Coalescence is going to shut him down, and Astral Bananas should get first possession and keep it here on Gardens.
Yeah, and I think that the double shielding coming out from Bananas right now is exactly what the doctor ordered, because once, once Snipes' shield goes down, you've got a ready-made barrier coming up again in the form of Arisa. Also, the Halt right now is being used to premium effect by Jiggly. And I think that's the answer right now. I think the May and the Arisa, the 2 swaps for Astral Bananas, is what is absolutely owning this point for them right now.
A little bit of a May-Farah duel going on right now. Liberty 90% towards that barrage as they look to approach in. Python has his Earth Shatter ready. He's going to go and throw it down. Finds nothing but the shield of Toxic Snipes. Now they got to watch for the Deadeye, but the barrage finds 3! Liberty player eventually drops, but not before he can take out half of Astral Bananas by pressing Y. And Apollo are going to rip this point right out of the grasp of Astral Bananas.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was just a very fortunate Y press right there. I thought that he was going to get shielded out by Toxic Snipes, but he got just enough of the edge there to get the damage in. And once the hell rained down, it was all she wrote.
Now we're going to get the Bananas coming through White Room, or elevators as I like to call it. Trying to utilize that long hallway, give Soccer some room to work. Jiggly as well, who's going to go ahead and throw his supercharger down. Blizzard used from the Bananas as they storm onto point. Apollo doing a good job of kiting back, and they're going to respond with a Graviton Surge of their own. Players traded out, and it's a 5v5 here on the objective. That supercharger also accompanied by a sound barrier here for Astral Bananas, but now all that damage, all that health has gone to the wayside, and it's Apollo's turn to attack back in. Nice Maywall has sectioned off Python, and he's whittled down low, but his healer's right there to keep him alive. Big props to Mayfias and Glort. Managed to keep Python standing through that engagement, and it buys enough time for Liberty Shadow to get the job done.
Yeah, and I mean, the point just flipped back over. I'm not sure when it actually got taken back, because, I mean, Apollo had it, and I guess they lost it at some point because that is almost 70% capture progress for Astral Bananas.
Yeah, they were forced off by the Supercharger Blizzard combo. But, again, that push and pull that we always refer to, Apollo executing it to perfection there. Now, Liberty Shadow with the Deadeye online, but more importantly, we got Python here with an Earth Shatter. Earth Shatter on the other side, lands, finds nothing. Coalescence used on the side of Astral Bananas as well, as once again, they're trying to push through this long hallway. Now comes the Shatter from the other side. That one's going to find 2, but the pin might deny some follow-up. Liberty player able to find the kill onto Max. Lucio down. Follows it up with a good kill onto Soccer as well. Python's getting aggressive charges into the pack, fearlessly swinging for the fences, but he overextends, flew too close to the sun. Nevertheless, Liberty player on this Farah continues to just wreak havoc onto Astral Bananas. 84% and counting on the board. Can the Bananas get back in touch?
I'm not sure if they can. I mean, you've got Mac is the one on Lucio, so yeah, you've got the speed there to get on, but you're going into a barrage, but Soccer can immediately counter that with a Deadeye. Also, Blizzard online for H-Bomb. This is going to be a very powerful sequence of events.
Wall coming out, splits off Python from the rest of his team. We are going to get that Deadeye from across bridge. Nice little split play, but Apollo not caught off guard. Earthshatter comes out, finds 3 on the side of Astral Bananas as they look to push in. 2 kills on the backs of that, but Snipes is gone, and here comes the Barrage. Barrage finding tons of value once again. Coalescence dropped in response. Does eventually take him out of the sky, but now it's just a lone Mora left on point. Mora dispatched. Overtime Wick burns down, and Apollo starting things off strong here on Lijiang Tower.
2-0 in favor of Apollo there. Man, that is some serious DPS heat coming from Liberty Shadow and Liberty, the other Liberty. I always get
Liberty
it wrong.
Shadow, Liberty A and Liberty B. I don't know.
The Twin Liberties, that's what we shall call them now. That's a trademark by Bullskunk Productions. Anyways, so, I mean, you know, great DPS play from both sides. The tank lines, you know, the Maywalls were doing their job. It's just the support line of Apollo keeping up Python in the middle of all that hell. I mean, 2 Blizzards basically gone for naught. I mean, they did get, you know, capture progress going on their side again when they kited off the point, but they really just did a soft reset and immediately re-engaged. So I mean, the pedal is down for Apollo tonight, and yeah, 1-0 to Apollo.
Yeah, they mean business. Apollo came to play here, Billy. They are leaving it all on the battlefield, and so far, I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, man, they're ready to fight. So let us see if we have any substitutions coming in right now. But I mean, we're gonna go to Eichenwald, and as we all know, Eichenwald, one of the more iconic maps here in Overwatch. I think that the Farah play is going to really be enhanced here because of the skybox.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Liberty's Farah was absolutely phenomenal there on both maps. Typically, you could struggle to get that damage into the small rooms through the amount of cover that's available there on guards. He did not struggle at all.
No, I mean he was getting into windows. He was his jetpack booster. He was really managing his fuel well because you'd see him dip down and then pop back up, and he would pop up in a window behind shielding and just drop the barrage in there. I mean that was just integral play for him.
Also, like you mentioned, it can't be stated enough how good a job the support line of Apollo did, allowing Python to just be ruthlessly aggressive. And even with the Maywalls there to split them off, the bubbles were right on point as well. His positioning, doing a good job of charging back into his team, finding those healers, and they were Johnny on the spot with those heals, keeping him in the fight.
Yeah, and I mean, Liberty player in his own right, checking the pharmacy on the McCree, and yeah, it was dirty.
Good start.
Dirty play. Good start for them. This is what they need, though. I do have some substitutions coming in. I've got Newfie Legit coming in on the support line for Apollo in place of Maples, and then I've got Eevee Kid 9000 coming in for Jiggly on the tank role for Astral Bananas.
Very nice, very nice. I'm the support swap there for Apollo kind of surprises me. I don't. Perhaps this is a comfort pick. Do you think we're going to see a composition change here?
I think it's a composition change here because Newfie Legit has a really good Lucio. He's got a really good Baptiste as well. So I think it's just maybe a comfort and compositional pick. Okay, I do have the ready up from both teams. So let's go ahead and get into Eichenwald here as we have seen Apollo go up 1-0 here in week 9. Final week of the multi-tier tournament here in the CGL, and I've been blown away by the competition that we've seen. We've casted a lot of games this season, and it's never really failed to live up to what has been offered. I mean, it's always been a great match every single time that we come on the air here.
It has been 9 weeks of just fantastic play.
9 weeks. We get a week off.
10 weeks if you count preseason. Which we did week 0 as well. Man, and where's the time gone, Billy? It has been an awesome 2.5 months. Just an absolutely incredible time here in this tournament. Here in the 7th iteration of the multi-tier tournament.
I mean, we're going out like we came in. We came in like a lion, casting a lot of games, and we're going out like a lion, casting a lot of games, trying to show the love to the community that has accepted us so very fondly. And man, I mean, this is your rookie season with us, and I got to tell you, you are a fantastic caster. You're a fantastic person, just in general, and It's been my pleasure, my friend. It has been my pleasure.
Well, it's a very kind thing you to say, man. I couldn't do it without you. We're a team. We're an absolute team. Speaking of teams, we're gonna get the defense coming out here with double shield for McCree on the attack. Astral Bananas bringing out the Rhine Sigma. Looks like Soccer picking up the mantle of main tank here. H-Bomb going back to the sky, so we're going to resume the dogfight here between the two Pharas. H-Bomb actually looking to put his attention down onto the front line, trying to ignore the other Phara in the sky. But he's got to be careful. Liberty Shadow already putting a solid shot in as the two Pharas dance around the tower here. Both just seeming to keep their focus down on the big health pool targets, trying to build up towards that ultimate. So far, it is H-Bomb finding a little bit more success in that, and both tanks down on the side of Apollo. The front line of Astral Banana is able to find some space, push in, and partly by a bunch of damage being poured down from H-Bomb. He's going to find the kill on the Liberty player, and that should allow for Astral Bananas here to pick up point A with lots of time in the bank.
I mean, that's just a really concerning push. It's what is required to get this first point, and we've seen so many teams stall out in the streets phase here, with it just being an open season. No hero bans, you can put out your best team, and I think that was a really good call by the CGL to go ahead and move to that here for the last couple of weeks of the season and going into the playoffs. Let your teams play their best compositions, and that's exactly what we're getting, and that's why we are seeing such fantastic play here in the last week of the MTT.
Liberty Shadow picks H-Bomb out of the sky. We're going to get Deadeye coming out. That's going to find the Ana. Liberty player himself, though, falls with the barrage. He was looking around for use that ultimate from the flank and gets picked off. And now Bob coming in as Eevee tries to equalize here. And it looks like they may find some success in that. Big Pin coming through is going to find Python. And despite losing 2 people early, Astral Banana is able to bounce right back and win the fight.
Oh, that's a great concussive blast, taking Glort off the map. Nobody to fly to save himself. And this is a lightning fast streets phase that's showing up right now. There's going to be a little bit of an old extravaganza coming up here on the bridge. This is one of the most terrifying sections for a team to be trying to get across when they are not able to get a full reset.
Barrage coming out in the back line, finds the Mercy. He's going to find the Ana. Both supports down. The Ana does get the kill in as a dying breath, but the barrage was enough, I believe, to give the Apollo the ability to stabilize here on the bridge.
Man, I mean, it took a lot, and you know, it looked like Toxic Snipes. You know, his Gravitic Flux may have been canceled by a flashbang.
Barrage online now for the attacking team. They're going to have Nano Boost as well. Glort's going to go over to the Brig. Newfie has swapped over to the Moira here recently. Starting off on that Baptiste, it looked like he was doing pretty well on it, but that extra bulk of healing should come in handy here as they're trying to hold this tiny little position at the back of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a really hard hold here. I mean, H-Bomb is going to have to be scouted out by Liberty player and taken out of the sky. Graviton Flux coming out.
Well, Liberty player made the swap over to the Hanzo, wins the kill against Eevee, who recently swapped over to the Widowmaker, but the barrage combined with a big play from Soccer on the Reinhardt has really evened up this fight. Now it's a 3v2 left on the objective. Liberty player trying to clutch this thing out, but cannot. Takes a rocket from H-Bomb, and it's going to be that second point being picked up here. Quite a bit of time left on the clock. Oh, Apollo making a last-second attempt to recontest. Look at the lag goes down, but he does get the touch. Now the Earth Shatter there is going to pick off Snipes, and the Sigma is gone here for the attacking team. Wrecking Ball here to try to make a presence as Eevee wins the duel against Liberty player. Liberty Shadow picks the Pharah out of the sky. DPS falling on both sides. Coalescence coming out on the side of the defense, and I don't believe it. Apollo looks like they will hold here on the back. A great Rocket Coalescence combo to finish off the Ana.
Man, that is absolutely huge from them. I mean, 3.37 meters left to go to capture point B, and they said, "You shall not pass!" That is great play from the supports. I mean, Newfie popping his Coalescence to really sustain through that aggression coming in there, and that is big plays from Apollo. They're not willing to give up the second point with not much of a fight.
And for sights on the side of the defense. They can see that Astral Bananas are trying to push through Castle here. H-Bomb has swapped over for the May for this close quarters engagement, but gets taken out immediately by Glort. Can't build up much towards that Blizzard at all. Toxic Snipe does have his Flux online, but now their Ana is missing on the side of the attacking team as well, and this is going to prompt a reset coming through from the Bananas.
Yeah, I mean, Soccer went ahead and gave his life up, but there was actually the charge that came in from Python actually didn't connect with Silver Comet. As she swaps over to the Moira now, actually took her off the map.
They do still have the Flux online here for Snipes. They're pushing up the stairs. Look like they might try to go out that door again, but Snipes is going to go ahead and go over the top. What a great play. Oh, this is a huge Flux. I think he got 4 in that. Soccer with a double kill pin on the back end, but the Earth Shatter comes through from the other side. Earth Shatter finds 3, but there's just not enough reinforcements left on the battlefield to follow up. And Astral Bananas will finally crack this defense open. And I don't think there's going to be any last-second heroics this time, Billy.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, that was just pretty brutal from Toxic Snipes on the Sigma there. That Gravitic Flux was absolutely deadly. And the cleanup was there. So, I mean, you know, less than 2 minutes left in the time bank to capture point C here in Eichenwald. We're on map 2 for the night. And, I mean, trades are going to have to be coming through for Apollo. Otherwise, this is going to be a snowball into point 3.
Yeah, Earth Shatter online for the attacking team here. Soccer going in. Trying to see if he can find room to drop that Shatter. I know if I'm him right now, I'm screaming, looking for Shatter, looking for Shatter. Oh, gets stunned by a rock, but the healer's there to keep him alive. Follow-up not quite there. Shatter does come out and just barely squeezes under the Sigma shield, but no follow-up. Coalescence popped by Newfie, and that's able to scare off any attempt to find the kills on the back of that Shatter. No value there. Python, what are you doing, man? charging into his death. Oh, man. Oh, that's disastrous turn of events here for the defense. Now, look at the lag, trying to equalize here. Throws the Gravitic Flux in the mix, but they lose Shadow. They do find the kill onto Soccer here, but Astral Banana still with the advantage as Eevee picks off. Whoa! Liberty player! He's going to take that advantage right away with a nice double kill Pulse Bomb. Interrupted my own sentence. I was so shocked at that awesome play, and Apollo looking strong here on the defense in the castle.
Yeah, but I mean, at what cost? I mean, you lost the Pulse Bomb, you lost Shatter. Nufi legit popping Coalescence in the fight before. Liberty Shatter is pretty much the closest one on the defense with an ultimate of any consequence. On the other side, though, you've got almost a 3-pack of ultimates coming up online for the attackers as they aggress here and trying to get aggressive around this corner, Bull Skunk.
Final fight territory. One last shot to see if the Bananas can find the back of the castle. Like you said, we are going to have the Flux and Sound Barrier online as they're looking to push in here. Gravitic Flux is going to start things off. That finds 3. Luck of the Lag goes down. Liberty Shadow counters back. Good Deadeye is going to find 1. Coalescence used from both sides just to counter each other out. Oh, Python overextends once again. The Earth Shatter catches him off guard. The Fire Strike able to finish him off, and that is going to do it with the overtime Wicca burning. Barring a big miracle here for Apollo, no such miracle shows up. And Astral Bananas will get that 3rd point on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, look at it. I mean, they got it into overtime with the Streets phase. How fast they went through that. I mean, there's a couple of good stalls by Apollo there. So I mean, win condition set ish. You know, if you get in there before overtime is connected or started, sorry, then you're gonna have, you know, one chance to go ahead and take this map. Otherwise, you draw it and you're basically on the same terms as you entered this map with at a 1-0 lead.
Well,
so
and if they get it in under a minute, then Astral Bananas will have a shot at the attack once again. So Apollo really needs to get it in there with over 60 seconds on the clock. But
yep, I mean, the new rules. The new rules. I like the new rules.
At the very least, they did manage to take all that time down here on the side of the defenders. But Astral Bananas, a good hold here, and they can tie things up. They're hoping that push, that last heroics at the end, will be enough for them to tie up this match. Going on the defense with some of Reinhardt Sigma. H-Bomb taken to the skies once again with the Pharah. Eevee onto the Ashe.
I'm liking the healing core that they're showing up with too, with the Mercy and the Ana. That anti-nade was really doing some damage there on the Streets phase of Eichenwald.
Oh, we did get a DC here. We should probably just go ahead and pause it before this fight breaks out any further. Liberty's showing us some Tracer here right out of the gate. I like it. Love some good Tracer play, Billy.
I mean, the 2K bomb there on the defense shows that he absolutely knows what he's doing with that character. And, you know, the speed could be huge. That is a big sleep on the Python. Take a nap, sir.
As Astral Banana is just hanging back. They're sitting way conservatively on the back of point. And Liberty Shadow has plenty of room to work. Picks off the Mercy. Look at the Lag is going to find the kill onto Soccer. And just as quickly as we're back into this thing, Apollo, they're all over point A.
Really good thing there for Liberty Shadow. I'm sorry. Yeah, for Luck of the Lag is that he's going to be able to come back real quick because his spawn is right there.
And Astral Banana is once again showing us just an incredibly defensive posture here as far as sitting way back. Soccer's just going to wait for the rest of his team to join him. I worry that they're going to give a bit of space, but looks like Python, he's a little gun-shy now, and he's just sticking right on card at this point. That's going to give Astral Bananas a chance to come in and contest this corner. Python is a little bit closer to his Earth Shatter. Nufi will have the first ultimate online and name that Coalescence. That could be a good ticket to push around the corner, but they're going to have to look out, as they do have 2 picks on the other side, 2 pick comps on the other side. Liberty player picking up the mantle of the Hanzo. There's the Archer coming out, trying to put some damage down onto H-Bomb, and he goes down. Nufi legit did use his Coalescence in that process. Here comes the Nano Boost onto Toxic Snipes. He has his Flux. Is he going to choose to use it? No, he's just going to go in and pick up 2 with his Hyperspheres. Make that 3. Followed up with a nice jab to the face. Toxic Snipes single-handedly keeping his team in this defense.
Yeah, and the good thing for Apollo there is that they kept their Zarya up and fully charged. So this is going to be a sequence of events that could be very explosive and gravity-inducing.
And when I say single-handedly, he did have the nano boost. Can't count out the supports. Much love to the autos. All right, Toxic Snipe's coming back in with a Gravitic Flux. That's going to find 3, but bubbles are there. Nevertheless, Python goes down, the victim of a big charge, and now free Earth Shatter available for the defense. Astral Bananas putting 3 on their backs, and the follow-up coming through. H-Bomb, courtesy of that Torb. He's going to send him back to spawn.
Yeah, I mean, Python has got to unbind his he's got to unbind his charge button because he's putting his team at a disadvantage every time that he goes in there and recklessly charges in and is expecting the bubble to be there. I don't know if they're miscommunicating the bubbles or what, but I mean, he's taking another nap because he's just so far forward of his team, and now he's antied.
Bubble is there for the cleanse, and he has an Earth Shatter online. The defensive shatter used in the previous fight. Here comes the coalescence from Apollo as they're looking to push in. Molten Core is in their way. Nevertheless, Python just poking and prodding here, trying to find room to use that. In fact, Graviton Surge is actually going to be the first ultimate used. Dragons on top of it. Big ante onto the pile. What a great combo. Beautifully executed here by Apollo.
Yep, wombo combo. We love to grab dragons, and that just clears the entire point. I think I got my Gong of Death there.
You did indeed, my friend.
I don't listen to any sound when I do these casts, so I have to guess when the Gong of Death actually goes. There might be time for a recontest here from Apollo or from Astral Banana, so he's got to be very careful going into this corner.
Python still holding that Earth Shatter as they use the grab combo in that last fight. Liberty player drops early, but takes H-Bomb out with him, trading out. Nano Boost onto Soccer as he goes swinging in, and now he's got an Earth Shatter available as well. Python and Luck go down, and that's just going to prompt a reset here from Apollo.
Yep, and I'm wondering if there's enough damage coming in from the DPS right now. Pharah can't be seen in the sky because, you know, H-Bomb with this Torbjorn right now is just placing his turrets with the most exquisite skill and lines of sight. So, man, this is going to be a very interesting little mode here as we try to decide where are they going to go out at.
Looks like they're just going to push right out the castle door and try to take over the back here. Python's going to get the nano boost. Earth Shatter down, but it looked like it was timed with the Flux, so the Flux actually picked up Apollo out of the air, and no Shatter hits landed. The Reinhardt knocked off the side, but was fortunate enough to land on the lower platform, but Liberty player goes down, and now Apollo trying to retreat out. The question is, are they going to push back in, or are they just going to reset? Looks like they're going to go ahead and push in. Shatter comes out, but there are not 1 but 2 shields in the way of that ultimate. And now Apollo struggling to find any room to work here as they try to push up through the castle.
Yep, and a Liberty player abandoning the Shimada brother in favor of the Reaper. I think that's a big play and a really smart play to kind of get in there and do a little tank busting.
Mac had swapped over to the Lucio after the previous nano boost. I think it's a good play as Sound Barrier is coming up here before too long. 2 DPS ultimates coming out on the side of the attacking team. 2 kills from the Deadeye. Molten Core all over the place. And excuse me, that was defending team. A little bit of the flip around there with Eevee's positioning made me second guess that. In the end, Astral Bananas holding on strong here on the back of the Streets face.
Yeah, and Liberty Shadow throwing in Bob into the mix there. The Graviton Surge just was basically negated by all that great play. The Molten Core coming out there just denied any kind of an ingress for them. So Liberty Shadow swapping over to the McCree now on the DPS line for Apollo, and they've really got to get their act together. 20 seconds left on the clock to capture point B.
Reaper coming in, and here comes the Gravitic Flux on the other side. The Reaper is able to Wraith form out, but the Reinhardt not so lucky. Python goes down. Snipes follows it up with a kill on the Luck of the Lag with just 10 seconds left for Apollo. They have no more takes left standing. This is going to have to be one monumental assault from the DPS. No such assault comes through, and we're all tied up as we head into halftime.
Man, that is hard to look at, and they just never seem to get their feet set. Once they got to the bridge there in the Streets phase of Eichenwald, great individual plays coming out from Astral Bananas, and they actually tied it up now 1-1. So, Apollo's playoff life is on the line. They've got to get a W here today As we take a quick intermission, we're gonna go to halftime. 1-1. We'll see you as soon as we come back.
Welcome back, my friends, to the Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament. My name is Bull Skunk alongside Chef Billy, and we are all tied up at the half here in this Tier 4 matchup. Here in our final match of the regular season between Apollo and Astral Bananas. Apollo, with a win here today, can find their way into the postseason, stamp their ticket to playoffs. But if Astral Bananas manage to pull it out, Apollo will be relegated to the 8th seed, and their season will be Dunsky. Billy, what do you expect to see, based on what we've seen so far, what do you think we'll see heading into Temple of Anubis?
I think that the variety that Astral Bananas was showing there on the DPS line and also on the healer core, I think that they were able to more vary what was being shown on defense there. Just the ability to swap flawlessly and seamlessly into different compositions is what really run Astral Bananas the map there. So we're tied up 1-1, so basically 0-0. I mean, this could go either way. I'm really
It's a best of three now.
It's a best of 3 now, and I'm so excited to see what happens in Anubis, because we know Anubis is one of the hardest second point maps to take, but right behind Hanamura Point B.
Another question for you. How do we know Mercy's hair is a natural blonde?
I have no idea.
Because heroes never die. All right, that one coming to you courtesy of Kirakiyo. Sorry for the lateness of the cringeworthy dad joke. But at least, better late than never, I suppose.
Let us get into Temple of Anubis. The sides have swapped. I'm just going over that one because
that's okay. It's okay. Let it sink in. Let it.
Thank you, Kirakiyo. Thank you. No, thank you. Oh, God.
Let that one just slowly work its way through the gray matter. Because that was a gem, my friend. All right, I saved the best for our final match of the season, at least of the regular season.
You know what? I think I need one more. Just because, I mean, you've got like a list like this long of dad jokes, just a backlog of them, and I'm really, I know the behind the scenes stuff here. Okay, so we did have some subs coming in. Maple's coming back in for Newfie Legit for Apollo. Also, we've got yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, Maple's playing quite a bit of Baptiste there, but ended up swapping over to the Moira back there on Eichenwald. So with Maple's Moira here, I expect, well, okay, here he comes. Maples is going to grab that Lucio, and he's going to start us off on the attack here for Apollo as they bring out the right Zarya and the pseudo double sniper and the Hanzo Ashe. On the side of the defense, H-Bomb taken to the skies with the Pharah here in her hometown. Backing up the Reinhardt Sigma tank line, being brought to us by Astral Bananas.
Yeah, nice little angle here from the pharmacy combo, and I really like what they're showing there. But I mean, that Sonic Arrow, they know exactly where he's at. So this is going to be a bit of an ingress here, as you got the span damage coming in from the outside from H-Bomb.
Yeah, I like that angle they're taking. It provides safety as well as good sightlines into the choke, as well as into this mega room where Apollo is trying to push in. Toxic is going to find first kill, and Maples goes down. And I think that is just going to prompt a reset right there. It's Apollo. They don't want to push in without that Lucio.
No, and I think that a real... I think a hit scan is what's required here. Karaji coming in for Liberty player. I am sorry that I forgot to mention that one. Showing us the Shimada brother there. This is going to be a battle of who can rule the skies. Will Karaji and Liberty Shadow be able to take down the pharmacy, or will they rule the skies and not get any kind of progress going on?
Karaji decides to hold back and see if he can pick the Pharah out of the sky, but Eevee there to protect her Pharah friend. And then follows it up with a nice kill and a Liberty Shadow as well. No more damage dealers standing here for Apollo, and now they're just kind of stuck in this awkward high ground in that Mega Room.
Yeah, but I mean, Liberty Shadow swapping off of the Ashen, going to the Widowmaker. This could be a one-shot potential here. So a little bit of this is a little bit of a backside rotation coming in, getting some progress capture. They got a
tick for free. H-Bomb with a... Oh, he was got his barrage online, is able to take out the Hanzo on the other side, follows up with a nice kill on the Liberty Shadow as well. But meanwhile, back on the front, Apollo's tank line doing some more work here. Nano Boost trying to keep the Reinhardt in the battle, and that's going to allow him to push forward. The barrage cleaning up the rest of the point. And Astral Bananas, well, they're not budging too much here on the defense so far.
Yeah, but at what cost? That cost them 4 ultimates there, Bullskunk. That was Barrage, Nano, Valkyrie, and Gravitic Flux, so that was a very expensive hold for them.
Oh, H-Bomb coming up with a long-distance kill, doing some sniping in his own right to pick off the Widowmaker on the attacking team. We do have Dragons as well as that Sound Barrier online, but they might need it, as there's an Earth Shatter waiting for him as they try to approach in here on Temple of Anubis.
Yep, and you mean you've got Sound Barrier, you got Dragons, but on the other side you've got Bob and Shatter ready to go. Liberty Shadow is switching again, now on the Cowboy, hoping that's going to be what's required to take the Pharmacy out of the sky, because that is his main job. There it goes, taking down the Pharah.
Nice Sound Barrier coming through from Apollo as well, allowing them to get aggressive. That means they're not going to have much to defend against this Shatter. And Soccer already getting aggressive. He's going to throw it down, but it finds nothing but the shield of Python, who returns in kind, takes him out. They do still have to worry about Eevee on this Ashe, who's sitting on the high ground but can't get down to contest. That's going to be point A picked up, and it looks like they might even have the tools to snowball this, Billy.
Absolutely do have the snowballs to boost, and oh my goodness, there goes Mac is the one down, and some let's see, Glort got slept but is back up, and now you've got Grab Dragons and Coalescence available online. This could be a very quick push.
Yeah, fortunately for Mac, I think he got that instant respawn. I think if they'd stalled him out any longer, he would have had to wait the full 10 seconds. It might have allowed for a slight power play here for the attackers. But as it stands, full 6 members here, and it's going to be the attackers who are missing somebody. The Grav Dragons come in, but only 1 kill picked up. The healer's able to somehow keep Astral Bananas alive through this. Soccer does get res, and Eevee Kid sitting on this high ground, not allowing Apollo any room to work.
No, I mean, that was some superior support play coming from Astral Bananas there. I don't know how they weathered that storm. But in the meantime, Liberty Shadow does pick up his high noon, but you've got 5 ultimates online for Astral Bananas. This is going to be a very tough nut to crack. Garaji abandoning the Shimada brother, going over to Doomfist.
Attacking team coming back in with Earth Shatter Coalescence and a Deadeye ready to go. They definitely got to keep an eye out for H-Bomb with this barrage in his pocket, and somehow find a way to dislodge Eevee off the high ground. Bob throwing into the back right-hand side. Looks like the Deadeye is going to be used to pick off Eevee with great success. Python manages to find a kill as well. Barrage comes down, but I think it got interrupted. And now the Coalescence coming out from the attacking team. Glort, kind of in an awkward position, was forced to Wraith form back, just staying on this front line, trying to keep his Sigma in the battle. Meanwhile, Python pushing all the way across, trying to put pressure down on the other side to clean out the caves. He's managed to do it, and it looks like progress starting to get picked up. 1 tick here for the attacking team. Is there any room for stall? Eevee going over to the Tracer. Doomfist coming out as well to see if Astral Bananas can hold off some time here.
I mean, bringing the Tracer into the battle is absolutely big, and pulling out a big Gravitic Flux. Is there going to be anything to stop it? Yes, Maples does pull out his Sound Barrier, and they hit it all. Minute 23 on the clock. Bullskunk, I'm not sure exactly what happened. Did he, I guess he was in the air for too long, and his feet weren't contesting the point.
Yeah, the Tracer as well. I think it was just a bit of miscommunication. The Tracer got the nano boost in the heat of that to try to stay in the fight, and either the recalled off the objective or just blinked off of it there towards the end. And either way, an unfortunate turn of events is it looked like Bananas had the ability to stall that out for a little longer.
They had 5 ultimates, and I mean, they used 2 of them, in the very beginning, or I'm sorry, towards the very end of that, they were really trying to be very sparing with what they were using there. And I mean, I loved the economy that they were showing there. Everything was in line. I just think, kind of reminiscent of what happened to Seoul Shanghai this morning. They went after somebody and they forgot about the point. And they ended up basically C9ing. So, yeah, I'm just...
It was a good job by Apollo there to clean up, make sure they were getting the kills as they were returning from spawn. But like you're saying, you can't help but feel like those ultimates on the side of Astral Bananas could have gone to better use. Now on the defense, Apollo bringing out the Reinhardt Sigma, Karaji taking up, or Kira, taking up the Torbjorn, Liberty picking up the Ashe. Attacking team, also bringing the Ryan Sigma, but they're going to use the McCree May here to try to get the job done as they go on the attack here on point A.
Yep, Torbjorn's turret already gone, courtesy of Eevee Kid. So, I mean, that's a little bit of a cooldown that you're going to have to wait for to get back up. But a big fire strike from Python, that's going to start the defense on a very good footing.
Yeah, it's going to allow Apollo to take the Mega Room away from the Bananas here. Deny them that big source of healing. Try to put some pressure down in the small room. Earthshatter comes out, though. Although, that was a big stun. I saw a bunch of stuns on Apollo. That was like a 3-man flashbang that I was seeing. Incredible stuff. And somehow Bananas, they push through, find the kills. Now Soccer making his way onto the objective. And Bananas looking to start making some progress.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Liberty and Maples on the point here to be able to contest. Just maybe jump down, take a touch, and then get out of there.
They try to do it, but there's just too much damage. They can't survive. And now it's Astral Bananas' turn to snowball this.
I mean, 550 in the time bank. This is going to have to be a monumental hold from them. And they're looking in the face of almost 5 ultimates. So they're going to have to be very Spartan with what they bring to the defense here.
Oh, Eevee went to drop his Deadeye, but fell off the side. Now big Earthshatter comes down. That's going to find 3. Sound Barrier comes out on the side of the Bananas as well. Huge anti onto Python. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive this. He ducks around the corner. In the meantime, Eevee finds himself a kill. That's 2 kills down. Maples is going to drop as well. Python throws his Earthshatter down and finds 2, but I don't know if the follow-up is going to be there. The pin from Soccer is going to take Python down. Liberty Shadow does find a kill. Glor comes up with 1 as well, but whittled down low. Eevee Kid able to take out the Tracer, and now it is up to Apollo to try to stall this thing as the Wrecking Ball comes back into the battle.
Yep, and Karaji doing his best to contest the point, and this is going to be one hell of a hold. They're going to have to just basically touch and get in and spare no cooldown in the midst.
Soccer's going to throw an Earthshatter down that's going to take out both the Sigma and the Tracer. And now 2 ticks picked up. Blizzard used defensively. That's going to freeze Hammond in the spot. Python sent back to spawn. 90% on the board. Is there going to be any more contests coming through? Karaji jumps off the high ground. He's going to throw a tire into the mix, but there's nobody there to touch. They were getting the kills, too. The Flux came out, lifting the team directly into the tire. But to no avail. The rest of the progress comes through for Astral Bananas, and a lot of time left in that time bank.
Oh, this is not looking good for Apollo and company here. They're going to have to do a massively quick take of point A, and then hope that they can get enough of a snowball going into point B, because man, 3 minutes and 10 seconds bonus time for Astral Bananas. This is gonna be a wing and a prayer here, Bullskunk.
Ready for battle.
Astral going back on the defense, showing us some Reinhardt Sigma, bringing the FAR back into the battle. Man, that FAR worked really well on their first defense.
Yeah, and I just think that Liberty Shadow maybe should have pulled the McCree out as soon as he saw it, but I thought he probably thought he could get the job done with the Ashe. No damage boost though for him when he was playing the Ashe, so the body shot's not registering as much of the damage as is required to take down a Pharah. So back to the drawing board here. 3 minutes 10 seconds the difference in time banks here, and we're about to see how Apollo is going to address this first point.
Well, looks like Kira's going over to the Doomfist here. Liberty is going to stick with the Southern Gentleman as they follow behind the Reinhardt Sigma. Going through the choke. Looks like they're going to path through right side this time. Oh, no, they're just going to speed. Okay. Where are you going? You going up the middle, or are you taking the high ground here? Looks like they can't decide. Liberty Shadow gets taken out early. H-Bomb finds a kill onto the Lucio as well. Without their speed, Apollo going to struggle to attack, and with that limited time bank, they've got to reset.
Yeah, I mean, and H-Bomb is getting so much value on this Pharah right now. Already 90% to a barrage. That's going to be hell to get past.
Yeah, even surpassing Glort's Coalescence by quite a bit. And typically that Mora ult's the first one online.
Yep, I mean, you got 30 seconds left in the time bank. Basically, it's go time. You got to figure out how you're going to path through here, how you're going to do aggressive on the point, because, I mean, if you get point A, that's big. Oh, that's a huge stop at the barrage there.
No kills from the barrage. Far gone. Now, Apollo making their way onto the objective. Coalescence coming out to try to protect that route. Python is going to get the kill onto Soccer, who had his Earth Shatter in his pocket. A great pickup here for Apollo as they look to move in. Mercy down, no more res. That Reinhardt not coming back into battle, and Apollo will get their third point on the board, but not really much to work with here as they head into point B and only 25 seconds on the clock.
Not a lot, but I mean, if they push in hard and they really get aggressive with this, you might be able to get a Shatter. You might be able to get a Gravitic Flux out of it. Liberty Shadow coming up very close onto his Deadeye as well.
Good news here for Apollos. The only thing is going to be the Earth Shatter with the Nano Boost online for the defense. We'll see if that Deadeye comes up online in time for there to find some value. Earth Shatter available for the attacking team as well. Soccer's going to take Glort out, though. The primary source of healing gone here for the attacking team, and they can't even touch. The Earth Shatter denies entry. And 3 points is all Apollo will find. Hoping it'll be enough for them to take the lead.
We've seen it happen, though, Bullsky. We've seen very long holds here on point A. Either you crack it quick, or you don't crack it at all. And Apollo's going to have to come up with something innovative here to keep Astral Bananas from taking this point here. But, I mean, we could get a draw, too. That's the other thing here is that we could get a draw because they did get that third point on the board. They could full hold second point, and we could go into our fourth map tied 1-1.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. We've talked about just how difficult second point Anubis can be to take there. But Astral Bananas looking very strong on their offense here so far. We'll see if Apollo can shut him down with this Reinhardt Sigma that they're showing us once again with Junkrat and McCree this time around.
Yeah, Garaji coming out on the Junkrat here. I think that you've got to really be mindful of who is coming in the sky against you, because H-Bomb right now is carrying the day with this Pharah, and I'm just very excited to see the barrage that was denied by Liberty Shadow play of the match so far.
Gates are open. Astral Bananas attack phase has begun. 4.5 minutes. They just need 3 points for the tie. 33% on point B for the win. Junkrat throwing down some spam. Looks like Banana's just going to path around far left side. Try to take the usual entrance. Nothing overly clever. Don't overthink it. Just go capture this center pillar. We're good to go. Big heal nade down, and that's going to prompt them to move forward. Maywall to try to split the defense in half, and now Bananas have claimed this center area. Fire strike down to Soccer, just looking to build up a little ult charge. Bananas trying to get themselves positioned around this objective. Apollo falling back into the small room. Big ante into the room, and the wall is going to keep Python from getting any more healing. Tires coming out on the side of the defense, but the nano boost is there. Soccer not really phased. His Earth Shatter online. He's going to drop that in the back. That finds both healers. Is the follow-up there. Toxic gets the kill onto Python as an awkward counter pid comes through, and now no more main tank standing for the defense. That's going to allow Soccer free reign. He goes in swinging, finds 1 kill. He's whittled down low, though, finds himself into a trap, but the rest of his team doing a good job of surrounding Apollo as they're just trapped in that small room. Gravitic Flux comes out on the side of the Bananas as well, but striking back, Glort comes out, throws a Coalescence into the mix, and Luck of the Lag finds himself 2 kills. What a great turnaround and amazing, amazing hold here from Apollo.
Yep, and I mean, man, I thought that was point and done. and we're going to point B. But yeah, great individual plays or great coordination coming out from Apollo there. Quite a few ultimates invested into the mix there. Eevee Kid taking the swap off of Widowmaker, now bringing out the Cowboy. And Sound Barrier, Blizzard online for Astral Bananas as they try to get in here and take point A.
Gonna be looking at an Earth Shatter coming up from the other side. It comes out directly, but I think it just hit a Sigma shield. Sound Barrier used on the side of the attacking team, but Liberty Shadow's gonna throw his Deadeye down. Deadeye finds 2, but he drops in the process. 1-man advantage for the defense. With that, Python and Luck are pushing on to the center platform once again, trying to scare him off. Fantastic accretion, flies all the way to the back and hits H-Bomb. There's an opportunity for them to come clean up here, but Apollo is just giving the Bananas the space. Now H-Bomb. H-Bomb now free to run back in here. Yeah, it's Blizzard online, ready to go. Earth Shatter available for the Bananas as well. Karaji drops another tire. That one picks off H-Bomb before he can throw his Blizzard into the mix. Kira finds 2 kills in that. Liberty Shadow follows up with one of his own, and it looks like we're finally going to get a big reset coming through from the Bananas.
Yeah, absolutely. And you almost have both support ultimates online for Apollo. As we cross a minute and a half, they've already stalled 3 minutes here on point A. So, I mean, you know, there's going to be an extravaganza coming on here. Maples does have Sound Barrier available for the incoming Gravitic Flux that you know is going to come out of Toxic Snipes.
And I think this is a little bit of Sophie's choice. Do you use it on the Flux or do you use it on the Blizzard? Earthshatter coming out early. Oh, that's going to find 2. H-Bomb picks off Liberty. Snipes is able to take down 1 as well. And a massive advantage here for the attackers as they move up and clean up point. But Apollo doing a wonderful job of stalling out a lot of that clock. And the look at this draw is becoming more and more real.
I mean, the draw is very real right now, and Karaji may be sectioned out before he gets out there. Apollo or Astral Bananas being smart, moving forward. H-Bomb investing that massive Blizzard in there, which allowed them to get that point. But now you've got to deal with the Gravitic Flux that Toxic Snipes has online.
Good news for Apollo is they did hold on to that Sound Barrier. So now there is no more choice. You just got to drop it here and now, and there it goes. Perfect response coming out from Maples as the barrier hits the ground. Unfortunately for them, Glort goes down before he's able to pop his Coalescence. Earthshatter from the other side, but the Sound Barrier's there. Liberty Shadow's going to go ahead and drop his Deadeye after the tire finds 1. The Deadeye finds 1. Liberty follows it up with a nice kill onto H-Bomb, clicks the dome of that May, and now it's just 33 seconds on the clock. One last chance here for Astral Bananas to find the W here on Anubis.
You're going to have to defend against a probable Blizzard and a definite Tire and Shatter combo.
Karaji pushing forward, just putting a lot of spam damage down, forcing Astral Bananas to respect him before they can even get to the choke. I like that aggression. It does look like the rest of the Bananas are going to pass through the far right side from the attacker's point of view, with Soccer going right up the middle with his Earth Shatter. Tire coming out on the side of the attackers, but that gets eaten by a Fire Strike. Now Soccer in the back line trying to find something. Earth Shatter does hit the McCree, but the shield able to block the rest of the damage, and Python with a great charge is going to take him out. Blizzard comes out, and that's going to find Karaji. So now he is gone. Both teams have suffered some casualties here on the back of point B with the overtime wick burning. Python is still standing as Toxic goes in deep, trying to make the hero play, and it's actually going to be Eevee taking Python down. So now no more Reinhardts on the battlefield for either team. Soccer's made the swap over to the Hammond to come back onto the point. He's going to move in and immediately make his presence known, taking Glort down while the Coalescence there from the other side. Liberty with yet another Deadeye finds both supports. That's going to allow some room to work. Soccer trying to stall this thing out. And Karaji finds 2 kills. The DPS from Apollo saving this thing from him. And we are going to stay at 1-1 as we head into map 4.
Oh my God, I was on the edge of my seat there. I had to actually pop that down in front of my camera. Otherwise, you would have seen my kitchen there. Great plays for both teams. I did not think that Apollo had any chance of holding them out for 4.5 minutes. And they did it. Into overtime, great individual plays from both teams, but the support lines for Apollo, not only with the killing ults, but the maintenance of their tank line, giving them the ability to stay in the fight. I need a smoke. Good leave. I need a drink, I need a smoke, and I need a fan. But I mean, great plays from both sides. We're still tied up 1-1.
Exciting stuff.
We're going to go to Rialto. I think we're going to take a quick 3-minute break, and we will be back with you guys in just a few moments.
Welcome back to Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament. This Tier 4 matchup is, well, about as close as it gets as we're heading into Map 4, tied 1-1. It'll be one last map here on Rialto for Apollo to decide how badly they want into playoffs. Can they stave off the 7-1 Astral Bananas and hang on to make it to the postseason, or will their season end here in Italy? Billy, that was one heck of a hold we saw there on Temple of Anubis for Apollo to keep themselves in this thing and not go down 2-1. That was impressive.
They're fighting for their playoff life, right? So, I mean, I would expect nothing less. I mean, they kind of got punched in the mouth there in the first attack, or the first defense phase that they showed against Astral Bananas. I think they unlocked the key there, though. And so, once again, great individual plays and selfless plays. That's something that I'm seeing a lot, is that I will see Lucio get in front of a bullet or an icicle and go down in place of a DPS or tank. So I'm literally watching them throw themselves in front of danger to try and keep themselves up. That was a very fantastic hold from Apollo there. Kudos to them. So we're gonna go ahead and go into Rialto. Final map of of the regular season for us.
Yep, final map of the regular season. Apollo trying to keep their hopes alive, and, well, their tenacity showing up in spades. Hopefully it'll serve them well here at map 4.
I mean, sad face Billy right now, because it's been such a great season. And like, what a way to go out, though. What a way to go out.
It's been an amazing pair of matches here today, and this last map, I'm sure to be the absolute highlight of it here. As we look to get things started. Yeah, everything on the line. Apollo.
Everything on the line.
Starting off on the defense here, back in the blue jerseys. Showing us, I'm guessing to be a little Reinhardt Sigma. We got both Liberties back in action. Liberty Shadow picking up the Ash. Liberty player, the McCree. On the side of the attackers, they're showing us a little Reinhardt Sigma as well. H-Bomb showing us Echo for the first time this series. Though they still have 12 seconds to change their mind. This is going to be a great map for Echo. Big skybox to work with. Just a lot of room to play.
Surprised we're not seeing the fire, though, because, I mean, the fire coming out from H-Bomb has been absolutely banging tonight.
Agreed. Fire Strike starts things off. It looks like just a conservative approach coming out on the side of Astral Bananas. You can see H-Bomb clearly taking to the skies, just putting down some chip damage here. So far, it looks like Apollo just satisfied to kind of back up and yield a little bit of space.
Python has seriously got to. Yep, he paid for it. He's got to tone down the aggression, because I don't want to see him become a liability.
Liberty player is going to go down first. Eevee winning the duel that one, allowing a little bit of space here for Astral Bananas to work as they just slowly but surely continue marching this objective through point A and into the point A choke. Eevee once again draws blood, picking out Liberty Shadow this time, as both of the Southerners picked off on the side of Apollo. And so far, they're not putting up any resistance at all here, Billy. Coalescence coming out now. Will it be enough for them to stave off this assault?
That's one down, two down. Red's coming through for H-Bomb, though.
Yep, and with 92% towards that Duplicate. In fact, Duplicate ready to go now. H-Bomb back in the skies. Astral Bananas not budging an inch, throwing down a good Earth Shatter. 2 kills coming through on the back of that. Moira Sigma done. H-Bomb's going to go ahead and Duplicate into a Sigma of his own as we get 3 tanks on the board here for the attacking team. And after a bit of cleanup, there's the point. 5 minutes on the clock.
And that is a very quick take of point A here in Rialto for Astral Bananas. They've decided they've had enough, and they're just going to go ahead and be aggressive here. I think that H-Bomb might want to have that Duplicate back here as they approach the corner of death, as that is one of the most powerful ultimates in the game right now.
That Sigma voice line overlaid with the echo, that's just creepy. I mean, it's not quite Reaper creepy, but that was pretty creepy. Speaking of Sigma ultimates, we're going to get the Gravitic Flux coming out from the offense here. Sound barrier available, though. But now that ultimate's spent. You got to be happy about that if you're the attacking team. Nevertheless, Maple's able to pick off H-Bomb. Soccer trying to put a charge down on a Python, and he's eating a lot of damage, but the Ana doing a fantastic job of keeping him alive. Oh, the Nano Boost onto Soccer, but he gets slept, and then he gets Earth Shattered. Then he stands right up and slams his axe into the dome of Python. He goes down. Liberty goes down as well. And with Bob on the field, Astral Bananas push around the corner of death with ease.
They need more damage than what they're putting out right now. I also think they need to bring out their own. I think they need to bring the Moira out, as there's just not enough group healing. There's not enough burst healing going down. I know that the anti is so powerful, but man, I think the healing is what you need to be worried more about.
Disastrous turn there as they invest ultimates but don't contest the point, so the second point gets picked up. I mean, you can see Python still just getting hyper aggressive here. I wonder if they're going to choose to stay with this very forward positioning, despite the fact that that respawn is now so much closer.
Yeah, I mean, look, another anti landed. I mean, shield up, man.
Take a note from the Gladiators. Shields up. Liberty Shadow opening things up with a nice kill there. Picks the Echo out of the sky. Good start and ability here for Apollo to kind of stabilize a bit. Rez does come through. And still just slowly but surely, this point being pressed around, this very conservative attack coming through Astral Bananas, they're just rolling Apollo back here.
Rolling is the right word here. I mean, they've got to do something to get some kind of a concerted recontest.
We're going to get the Gravitic Flux coming out, but the sound barrier is there. Liberty Player tries to respond with the Deadeye. Python picks up Soccer. Follows it up with another nice kill, and Liberty Player does pick off the Mercy. Good plays coming out from Apollo to finally plant their feet here on point C.
Yeah, it was still like a very reckless charge into the back line of Astral Bananas, and I mean, he's lucky he didn't lose his life there. I mean, basically, they're just waiting on ultimates right now.
Yeah, and there was a lot of ultimates thrown in on the side of the defense, and now they're just looking, well, a bit naked. As the duplicate coming through onto the Reinhardt. 2 Reinhardts on the field here for Bananas as they look to push in and close this thing out. Still tons of time in the bank as well. We'll see if H1 can get that Shatter up. Shatter is up. Can he find room to use it? He's going to run back there. Oh, double Shatter! The double Shatter coming through from the net, and that is going to spell doom here for Apollo.
That's just dirty.
That was filthy.
That's
filthy.
Just dirty. But it's so freaking beautiful for both ride mains. It brings it to him.
Well, Apollo not done yet. We saw something similar happen on Anubis, where Astral Bananas put up a phenomenally fast time. And then, in the overtime round, Apollo able to hold and plant their feet. Can they dig deep once again, as now they're going to have to go on the attack and see if they can match the time set here by the Bananas.
That was a really lightning fast time. There was never really a contest of the cart. It just seemed like the trickle was too much. I think if you plant your feet, just wait, and then go in as a full 6, and I'll press Y if you have to. You know, sometimes that's what's required. Sometimes you can't be the super hyper aggressive Ryan that's expected in not only this league but in Overwatch in general. So, you know, I want to see a little bit more restraint, because I mean, so many times Python went into the back line trying to carry the team on his back, and he ended up, you know, just getting focused down.
Now we're going to get Astral Bananas on the defense here with the Orisa Sigma, more traditional double shield, with McCree and Torbjorn. Put the hurt down. Apollo on the attack with the right Zarya. Liberty going back to the Tracer. Liberty Player on the Tracer. Shadow over to the McCree.
I mean, they're looking for boot potentials right now. That's the only reason why I would think I would see the Orisa come in here, other than the supercharger. But I mean,
that's it. I think the Orisa is very strong here on Rialto. You have such good sight lines to work with, and you have a lot of room to kite as well. But You know, perhaps I'm mistaken as they get ran over on the side of the defense. Luck and Liberty Shadow doing a good job of pressing forward with Reckless Abandon, finding a pair of kills, driving Astral Bananas all the way back to the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the doctors ordered, and that's what they need. They need these kind of snowballing fights to be in their favor. They're going to have to watch. Yeah, Soccer swaps off the Orisa right there and goes back to the Reinhardt.
Big anti coming in. Soccer can't let his shield down in the slightest because there's the big Earth Shatter. Python is nano boosted as well. 2 kills coming through. EV doing their best to try to strike back, but it won't be enough. Point on the board here for Apollo.
Great investment of the nano boost there onto Python. He was able to swing his heart to his heart's content, knowing that he was going to be just fine. I want to see what kind of an adjustment that they're going to make here on the side of Astral Bananas, as Torbjorn not really doing much to them other than feeding Zarya some charge.
Yeah, it looked like he used his Molten Core in that, though I didn't see it on the objective or anything. I don't know if it got interrupted, but either way, it didn't get any value out of it, that's for sure. Soccer's going to get the nano boost. He's going to go in and take the duel with Python. Python goes down. Well, you know, just as we speak, apparently H-Bomb heard us as he picks up a big 2K there, and the defense will hold here to start things off at the corner of death.
Yep, and I mean, right now, you know, Ultimate's kind of even, kind of neutral. Maple's going to have a sound barrier coming up very soon. Maybe they can get aggressive with it. H-Bomb deciding to kill himself, or did he miss a jump?
I'm guessing that's a reset, but it's hard to tell at this point. Eevee's going to go ahead and throw the Deadeye down, picks off the McCree on the other side. We're going to get the Big Bang Theory coming through. That would be a Graviton Surge with a Pulse Bomb thrown into the mix. Finding success, and Apollo, after a bit of cleanup, should push around this very difficult corner.
Looking at Macus, the one, he actually swapped over to the Brigitte there. Maybe a little bit more brawl potential, Inspire healing coming through. Gets deleted by Liberty player in one clip.
Oh, that's a big one. Anytime you can one clip a Brig, that's some fantastic work for a Tracer. Now, Astral Bananas coming back in without any ultimates. Deadeye comes out from Liberty's shadows. He tries to work around the shield. He gets the shield and the Torb. Sigma whittled down super low. Sigma's dead. Nice stun onto the Moira. She goes down. Point cleaned up. Point B picked up. 2 points on the board.
Well, Slather My Biscuit, call me dumb. They've got a faster time going into point C here. Apollo with a full head of steam. Not much in the ultimate department to speak of, but I think Liberty player swapping over to this Tracer is giving them fits in the back line.
Yeah, just when you think Apollo is done, somehow they find the will to push through and surprise us all. Now here comes a Molten Core right onto the objective, and that's going to find one. Eevee finds a pair as well, and that's going to be a quick retreat here for Apollo on point C.
Yep, but once again, Zarya gets out, and Luck of the Lag gets out, and is able to keep the charge up.
Python does not. Luck of the Lag not quite out yet, is now getting focused down. Good bubble there to keep him alive at the end and actually maintain his charge. Hit that 100 mark once again. And he's looking to push back in, see if he can build up the rest of that Graviton Surge. If he can, it'd be a great start here. Sound Barrier also available for Apollo as they push in. And, well, if they're keeping track of their ultimates, they should know that they can get aggressive with this Sound Barrier. Here comes the Graviton Surge. Early kills coming through already. Is the Sound Barrier, or is the Deadeye going to be enough? No, not enough to counterpunch back. 4 kills for Apollo. Toxic did manage to swallow up the Pulse Bomb, but it did not matter in the end. Still 3 ultimates online here for the attackers. Glort will be coming back with a nano boost as well.
That's going to be a very quick kite. I mean, I'm throwing out the Shatter. I think Deadeye Shatter is the way to go here. You got to watch out for the Gravitic Flux coming from Toxic Snipes, though. As we come into the side here, they are almost even on time with Astral Bananas.
Big Earth Shatter takes Soccer down. H-Bomb is going to fall as well. Sound Barrier used on the side of the attacking team, and they're just trying to get aggressive behind all of this shielding nano boost onto the Reinhardt, and it looks like Apollo are in complete control at this point, 100% in the driver's seat, and putting up a very comparable time to that what Astral Bananas has set. The May coming in with the very last second stall as the Hammond makes it back to point. Bananas trying to eat as much time off this clock as they can.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to devolve into a stall tactic here. Liberty player and Python both coming up with kills. Are now 6v4 here. Big anti thrown into the mix from Glort. This is going to be fast. 45 seconds. Pulse bomb thrown out by Eevee, not connecting with anybody. There it is, 2 minutes in the time bank.
It was a pretty good job. Pretty good start.
Pretty good job. Yeah.
A good job on Apollo for pushing through as well as they did, getting to that back end with as much time as they had. But also a good job by Astral Bananas to stall it out, pulling out the good composition there at the end, the right choice of characters, and they bought themselves a solid 45 seconds there.
Yeah, I mean, Eevee Kid got his pulse bomb in about 25 seconds-ish. He was clicking heads. His hit registers were all headshots, and I mean, he got that pulse bomb pretty much in one fight, so it was pretty damn good. The support lines, though, Mr. Bullskunk, they are the unsung heroes today. Let me tell you what, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Nanos are being thrown left and right. It's almost on cooldown right now.
We will get Astral Bananas going back on the defense here. Bringing the Mercy and the Ana and the support line. As we're going to get the Pharah back out of H-Bomb. Oh, look at this sneaky. Looking to make an aggressive hold here to start things off in the extra innings. This will buy them an extra fight here on point A, at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, very smart for them to come out like this.
Liberty player going back to the Tracer here, getting aggressive right out of the gate. Eats an ante. Big ante on both sides, actually. Liberty player able to pick that Ana out of the back line. And I don't think this aggressive hold is going to get them much, though 2 kills do come through on the side of the defense. Make that 3! H-Bomb! Finding a lot of success here on the Pharah. So far, no answer as the McCree is back in spawn. But, of course, the respawn advantage massive here, standing in front of the front door. And the few picks that Apollo did get will give them the advantage as they start to push through.
Yep, absolutely. And Glort has the massive advantage on Mac is the one as he swapped off the Lucio there and went ahead and swapped to the Ana. So got to look at the support ultimates right now. Definitely in favor of Apollo. Also, Liberty player already almost to that all-important pulse bomb. Can he get in there and get some disruption with it?
No ultimates online here for the defense just yet. You got Earth Shattered, Flux getting close, Barrage not far behind either. Pulsar comes out, doesn't quite find what he's looking for, but he does manage to get the kill onto H-Bomb with a little help from his Ana. The Tracer drops in the back, 5v5, and then the res comes through onto that Pharah. Double shatters coming down? Wow! Nullifying each other, no follow-up for each. Now we're going to get Python here with the Nano Boost. Big flashbang indeed. And Python in there swinging for the fences. Finds 2 kills. 4 points on the board here for Apollo. But as we are in extra innings, no extra time on the clock. And that is quickly going to turn into an overtime bar.
Oh my goodness, that was a hell of a flashbang from Liberty. Flashbanged and took out H-Bomb mid-barrage. He had just pressed Y and he got flashbang and dropped.
Speaking of ultimates, we are going to have Flux as well as both support ults online here for the defense. H-Bomb now swapped over to the Junkrat and is just raining all kind of spam damage down from the high ground. Now he's going to jump back down, rejoin his team. Liberty player able to find first kill, but that res is now used and spent. Nevertheless, 6 members on the board here for the Bananas, and they're going to go ahead and throw their Flux into the mix. Soccer is going to get the Nano Boost. Deadeye finds 2. But 2 kills come through the other way. Soccer throws another Earth Shatter down, but now a Graviton Surge in response. Liberty player throws the Pulse Bomb into the mix, and that's going to find 1. Just a Reinhardt and a Mercy left standing here for Astral Bananas, and that is not going to be enough for them to hold this corner.
Oh my goodness, that was a hair teeth away from being a hold there for Astral Bananas. Sneaky with the Junkrat here, getting very, very sneaky, looking to see if he can contest last second here and to stop them from getting the 5th point or the 4th point on the board.
Well, he makes his presence known there a little bit. Liberty Shadow tries to go in. Oh! And just like what happened to them on their first defense, Apollo pushes the point in despite the fact that the defense was right there on top of it. They did not get the contest in time. Now it's just Astral Bananas kind of hurling themselves onto the objective.
I mean, this could be 4 total points here. if they're not careful, this could be a double full take here by Apollo.
They're working with an Earth Shatter sound barrier not far behind. Maples needs to get this sound barrier up. Oh, but here comes H-Bomb's Riptire. Can this be the difference maker? Will this finally shut down this fantastic push? Oh, it just might do that. Python threw his Fire Strike out at something else. It wasn't the tire. And then it came in and bit him in the butt. That's going to allow Bananas to come clean up. But not before Apollo finds 5 points on the board.
5 points on the board. That is absolutely massive. In the overtime period, just with 2 minutes in their time bank to start their attack. Astral Bananas is going to have to be measured in their attack here. Man, if Apollo pulls out the defense that they pulled out on Anubis, they're going to get in the playoffs. This is the last map.
In fact, this is the last attack. Just need a good defense here and not allow the Bananas to match the time that Apollo just set up. And with that great push, I think they've nullified that time advantage. That extra 30 seconds or so that Bananas had on the clock, I'm not sure it matters anymore.
No, and I mean, if you remember, they had a very, very aggressive stance here, not allowing any kind of progress. And I mean, they probably whittled a good 30 seconds off the clock there. So if you take the 30 seconds that they held there in the beginning, basically they did all of that in 1 minute 30 seconds. So the snowball was very real for Apollo there. Astral Bananas finally swapping over to the Junkrat, and that tire stopped their aggress there.
This match is Bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S, Bananas. All right, defense coming out with a little Reinhardt Zarya. We're going to have Tracer McCree once again. Ryan Stigma here for Astral Bananas as they push in. They're going to use the Junkrat Ash to put the hurt down as the teams start to battle over this second corner. Leading into courtyard, you got Eevee up on the high ground, trying to take advantage of that position, but gets chased off by Liberty Shadow on the Tracer. Now rejoining his team. Bananas just slowly pushing this cart forward, but Bubbles and Heal Nades come out. Apollo using all their cooldowns, and that's going to allow them to get aggressive. Earthshatter comes down, but it finds nothing but the Shield of Soccer. Nevertheless, kills pouring through in favor of Apollo. And I think this is going to have to be a reset out of Astral Bananas. 45 seconds eaten off the clock already.
Yep, and exit kills coming through in spades for Liberty Shadow. He is absolutely filthy on this McCree right now. And, I mean, they've gone ahead and swapped off their original DPS comp. Now they've gone to a Echo McCree setup. So they're going to be way behind in the ultimate count here.
We got the Zarya at full charge, just waiting for Astral Bananas to turn this corner. Shield immediately whittled down. Soccer drops. Glort able to pick up that kill. Coalescence coming out on the side of the attackers. I don't know if it's going to be enough. They do manage to pick up Python, who did one of his aggressive charges. Now is not the time for that. You need to play smart. Liberty player goes down as well, and that advantage that Apollo had just seemingly thrown away. Now Luck of the Lag drops as well, and the remaining 3 players are going to have to back off. Liberty Shadow is going to try to sneak around for a flanky Deadeye, but he gets caught. Though he does win the duel, I don't think there's anybody to stall the point, though.
If they're smart, you do. Ooh!
He does get the kill. Here comes the Gravitic Flux as well as the Earth Shatter on the side of the attackers, though. Soccer whittled down low. He's going to drop Nano Boost. Used onto the Reinhardt's going to allow him to push forward and get aggressive. Glort picking up a kill in his own right. And now with just 18 seconds on the clock, they managed to stop this thing 3 meters shy of its objective here on point A.
I mean, he got bailed out. Glort bailed his ass out there. There's no other way to say that. Oh, man, that Gravitic Flux could have been absolutely detrimental and lethal to their playoff hopes. But as we speak now, overtime Wicca burning, Mr. Bullskunk.
Apollo just needs to win one fight, then they will punch their ticket into the playoffs. No ultimates online for him, and Eevee is going to pick off the Tracer early. Both DPS players for the Bananas are really low, but H-Bomb, he's able to get off that duplicate. He's going to pick the McCree, gets a kill, or helps in getting the kill onto Python, throws the Deadeye down. It doesn't find much, but Eevee's does. And the 4th point on the board here for Astral Bananas, but being the extra innings, there's no time added to that clock here, Billy.
All it's going to take is one big push.
One fight win.
One fight win, and they're done.
And Apollo and Astral Banana still has so far to go. They've got to get halfway to point C. And they're not even around the corner of death yet. Good news for the Bananas is there's not a whole lot of ultimates online here for Apollo. But they're only going to have Coalescence here themselves. So we'll see how they choose to push around this corner. H-Bomb on the May. Big flashbang coming through from Liberty. He stuns 3 out with that. That's going to prompt the Coalescence out from the other side. He's going to get frozen and deleted by the subsequent Icicle, though. A little Reinhardt War on the front. Python gets himself a heal nade, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to keep him alive. No, he's going to fall down. He does get the kill onto Max, and that's going to stall any more building up of that sound barrier, so that could be beneficial in the end. But as far as this fight goes, it's going the way of the Bananas.
Yep, but now that they've got 3 ultimates online, almost 4, almost 5. This could be a very important sequence of events here. It's going to depend on how long does Maples hold his beat drop for, and who gets the nano boost.
I imagine the nano boost is going to go on to Python here. It's what they've pretty much done all day. We'll see if the trend continues. They could prove me wrong. Wouldn't be the first time.
My goodness.
No, this is going to be it. One fight territory for both teams. Graviton Surge to start things off. There goes the Nano Boost onto the Reinhardt indeed. Python's going to get the kill onto Soccer. Sound Barrier used as well. Python swings and takes down Snipes. He's looking for more. Can he get the May? No, the May able to drop her Blizzard and Ice Block up. Evie throws a Deadeye into the mix and finds 2, finds 3. Evie looking to dash the hopes of Apollo's playoff season here, but Maples takes him out. Maples on the Lucio. Can he be the hero that Apollo needs? It's just a wrecking ball and a May left on point. Soccer going over to the ball. It's Toxic Snipes picking up the mantle of the Reinhardt here. We're going to get the Hammond coming out on this side of the defense. He's going to get the bubble coming through from Luck of the Lag. If Luck of the Lag can build up to this Graviton Surge, it could end this thing right here and now. Coalescence used on the side of the attackers as their reinforcements show up to the battle. Pulse Bomb thrown into the back doesn't find anything. Graviton Surge doesn't find anything. Oh no, that can be disastrous. Liberty Shadow is able to pick up Evie in the back as he's coming through on the Doomfist. We do have another Sound Barrier online here, but Blizzard out. H-Bomb's second Blizzard of this fight. Sound Barrier is used as Maples is smartly not caught into that Blizzard. Liberty Shadow gets the kill onto H-Bomb. Silver Comet goes down. Apollo, can they close this thing out? Their minds all over the point. Apollo has got to be careful not to get caught into him. Liberty Shadow cannot get punched into him. Evie, he's going to get that kill onto Liberty. And Astral Bananas are not going down without a fight, but in the same right, neither is Apollo. Coalescence coming out on the side of the defense, but there's reinforcements returning. The Tracer goes down. It's just a Moira and a Reinhardt left on the point. Can they get the kills? Python is going to manage to take down Toxic. And Glort is going to fall. Apollo holds on. Oh, crap. I'm out of breath, Billy. I don't believe it. They did it. They are going to playoffs. Their season is not ending just yet.
Holy crap.
Oh, man. Oh, man. What an epic last map to close out our regular season here in the multi-tier tournament. I don't believe my eyes, Billy.
Wow. There goes my notes. Everything else out the window.
Wow. What an exciting finish. What an exciting finish.
I mean, just great individual plays from both teams there. I'm giving both teams MVPs. You can't make me. You can't change my mind.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Oh, Glort. Glort on that Ana. That was something special. That was something special. My goodness. And then going back over to the Moira there, the extra inning, some wonderful play. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was one for the ages.
Does that go above the Danny DeVito one? I think it does.
As far as best fights, I mean, it's on par. Just the amount on the line here has to give this best engagement of the season, at least from our casting, from the matches that we've done here. Just everything on the table, and neither team willing to surrender. That was a sight to behold. Beautiful play coming through on the support line for Apollo. In fact, that's going to be my MVP. It's going to be Apollo's support line.
I mean, the missed grab, I thought that spelt the end.
I thought that spelt the end too.
The missed pulse bomb and the missed pulse bomb and the missed grab, I thought they were done. Maples avoiding the blizzard also kept his team
clutch. Clutch. He got out of the blizzard and then got the beat down into the mixed, and at least kept most of them alive. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. I'm going to need sedatives after this one. My heart is just racing.
Oh, man, I'm very excited to see what chat says about this. Whoo, man. Just great stuff, though. I mean, both teams has no reason to be upset at all. And, of course, Apollo getting into the playoffs now. I think that's 3 of their teams, if not all 4, getting into the playoffs. I'm not sure. Somebody in chat, please fact check me on that.
I'd have to double check that, but that was just man, wow. I can't believe what I just saw. That was so spectacular. So much going on there, and really, in my mind, it was Apollo supports. I mean, that's why I'm giving them MVP. The support line was doing everything humanly possible to keep him in it. Soccer, a beast on that Reinhardt, was taking up so much space I mean, he stayed in the fight. I mean, he was in that fight for like 2 minutes. H-Bomb had 2 blizzards during that final engagement. The mines all over the point. Astral Bananas, I think they did everything right there. Just Apollo pulling a miracle out and stamping their ticket into that 7th seed into the postseason.
I'm looking at our reactions on Twitch right now.
Well, I think
that's it.
That is going to conclude our final broadcast of the regular season. Massive thank you to everyone, all the teams that have participated. We've cast about 50 matches here over the past 9 weeks, and it's been a joy and pleasure to bring you each and every one of them. Thank you for all the teams for participating. Thank you for all of your friendly faces, for hanging out with us and giving us the opportunity to bring you these fantastic matches. It has been a privilege and an honor, and I'm just so appreciative. I can't thank you all enough for the love and support. It's been amazing.
Oh. We love you guys. We love everything that we get to bring to you guys, and the love that you guys show us back is just amazing. And what a way to go out.
Woo! Apollo, 2-1, the final here today. And that will conclude our broadcast. What a doubleheader. A pair of exciting matches. Arc Flash completing their golden run, not dropping a single map for the entire tournament. Apollo coming through and fighting their way from 8th seed to snag that final playoff spot. Couldn't be any better, man. Could not have been a better day for some Overwatch.
Man, what a day. What a day. And, I mean, we all love you. And, man, just the best. So, everybody, keep washing your hands. And I'll let Bull Skunk take us out of here tonight.
Indeed. We will see you all in the postseason. Y'all remember to look out for each other in game and out. Have a wonderful week, my friends. Take it easy.
Love all of you. Oh, my God, what a match.